tried the trick, it said that my results are on hold. So it is like 5 o'clock now. We're just not even gonna talk about the NCLEX, okay? I took it this morning and I don't have my score back, obviously, and they said that the quick results come in like 48 hours. And I'm not sure if mine are still gonna come in 48 hours because I took it on a Friday, so I might be waiting all the way until Tuesday. And y'all, this is the most uncomfortable feeling of my life. Like, I don't want to talk about anything that happened yet until I know my score. I'm really just trying to pretend it didn't happen, ignore it, put it in God's hands, and move on. Because today we have a night shift, my first shift at my new job. So, y'all know like the last 2 weeks I've been just kind of going for orientation, but tonight is like the first night that I'm about to lay hands on patients, and I'm a little nervous. But I'm excited though. You know, this is what I've been waiting on. So I just got out the shower. I just made some shrimp fried rice. I guess it's chicken fried rice from Trader Joe's. And I'm about to pack my lunch and then eat that for dinner before I leave, so that I have something on my tummy. You know. Okay, guys. So I made it. I made it through it, y'all. I'm so greasy right now. It's like not even funny, but I don't even want to fix it because my shirt's probably dirty, and we just gonna be greasy. But anyway, I did it. I made it through my first work shift, and it was actually pretty good. I loved the pace that we had today. Today was like not too crazy to where I was like overwhelmed, but it wasn't too slow to where I was bored. It was like the perfect pace of like incoming patients. I had 2 IVs to do, and I got them both on the first try, first stick, so that was awesome. And I gave out a lot of meds, a lot of IV pushes. We saw a good variety of patients today. A lot of diabetes, a lot of like stomach pain, stuff like that. We had some manic patients come in, but nothing too crazy today, nothing like traumatic. So overall, I would call it a good night. I did get to meet a lot of my coworkers, and y'all, they're so sweet. They're so nice. They're like a big happy family. Get this, y'all, they wait for each other at the end of their shift so they can all walk to their cars together in the morning. How cute is that? Because y'all know, like, when you're working on the floor or probably even in an ED, like, stuff happens or stuff piles up throughout the shift, so like you can't leave until super late. And they waited for us. I mean, we only left like 15 minutes late, but they waited, so it was so sweet. So now I'm literally about to go and take a shower, eat, and go to sleep. I just finished walking Suede. I have to be back there tonight, so. And I will see you guys when I get my NCLEX results, okay? What's up, guys? Okay, so it is now, am I ashy? Oh my God, I'm ashy. We're just gonna, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I literally put lotion on just my knees just so that I can sit like this because I have to be comfortable. Okay, so hey guys, it has been a couple days since I have seen you guys. So I took the NCLEX on July 9th, and it is now, I feel like I'm at a talk show. Like, I feel like I'm about to interview with someone. Like, okay. So it is July 21st. So I took the NCLEX about 12 days ago. So it's been a minute. But honestly, I've been very busy, and I also just did not want to talk about it. So I've been procrastinating this part of the video. But it's just time to let you guys know what happened. So right now, it's like 8 p.m. I have work tomorrow night, so I'm trying to stay up as late as possible. So I'm doing this vlog in the dark, basically. Also, my camera, I left my camera out of town when I went out of town this weekend. So I'm doing this on my phone. So this is a struggle, but so is the NCLEX. So let me bring it all the way back to even before I graduated. So back in like February, because that's where the struggle began. Like it really started way back then. So back in February, our school told us to register for like our license, register for the NCLEX, stuff like that. We got the email like saying we should go do that. So I read that email so carefully, y'all, I promise. And I did everything I was supposed to do. I submitted that I thought I was supposed to do. I submitted it to the dean. Like I got her approval saying that like, you know, my stuff has been submitted, and then I let it go. Like I didn't think about it after that. I did remember thinking like I didn't pay my $200 for the NCLEX, so I remember I did not like pay the $200 or whatever it was to sign up for the NCLEX. So I was like, okay, that's weird. But I also remember like my dean telling me like telling us don't pay for it yet. We're gonna get a separate email when it's time to pay for it. I don't know how it happened, but I just assumed that I was gonna get another email telling me that it was time for me to pay for the NCLEX. So I went on like that until after graduation. So then here comes like whatever day in June or May, and everyone receives their ATT, which is your authorization to test. So once you graduate and your state board has all the paperwork that they need from your school, your transcripts, your stuff like that, they're gonna send you an ATT, an authorization to test, and you put that into the website Pearson VUE to sign up for your NCLEX date. So I am patiently waiting for my ATT so I can go pick my date, because at this point I've planned vacations and I don't even know when my test is gonna be. So I'm waiting for this thing. And everyone gets theirs but me. So I was like, oh my God, what's happening? All the spots are gonna be gone. Why don't I have one? I did everything right. So I finally ended up asking my friend like if she paid for her NCLEX, because I remember that I never did. And she told me that she did it the day that, you know, we all did the paperwork. So I was actually supposed to pay for it back on that day in February, and I did not. So that is on me. So that was the first like stress of the whole thing, was that everyone got their ATT before me. And so I thought that that meant I was gonna have to like take my exam way in like October or something, because all the good spots were gonna be gone. But that wasn't the case. I was able to get a test in July. So it was fine, because that's when I originally planned on taking it anyway, because after I graduated, I just needed to get away. So like, it was a lot. Nursing school was a lot. So I just wanted to go and have fun. I didn't want to like sit down for one last test. Like I really didn't even have it in me at that point. So I went on my little vacations, and then I said I'm gonna start work in June and take the test in the beginning of July. So that's what I did. So after that whole fiasco, I had to basically hurry up and pay for the NCLEX. And then I think the next day I ended up getting my ATT, and I found out that there were spots in July. So all was well after that. So I'm studying for the NCLEX for, I will tell you, I will make a separate video about how I studied for the NCLEX, because otherwise this would be way too long. But I studied blah, 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 and then it was time for the test. Oh wait, no, before that, let's add in a whole nother shebang. So before my test, it's like I start work sometime in June, like the middle of June. So I already had the issue where I paid for the NCLEX late. And I start work, and they tell me that they don't have my license, so they're gonna have to push my start date back. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean? Like my driver's license or like my nursing license? Like, what are you talking about? So they meant like my nursing license. They said that they did not have my temporary license that the state was supposed to give me once I graduated and proved that I graduated and stuff. So that was another thing. So the only way that would happen is if I filled out the form wrong. So there was a form that we had to fill out when we applied for a license that said, will you request for a temporary license? I clicked yes. Y'all, I promise you, I clicked yes. I opened up the copy of their application. I saw it said yes. I sent a picture of it to Emma. She saw it said yes. Like, y'all, I asked for a temp license. So I was so freaked out as to why I didn't get one. Honestly, I started freaking out like, oh my God, is it because I paid for the NCLEX late? Like, I don't know what happened. And now it's like 3 days before I'm supposed to start work. So I'm like freaking out. I ended up calling the state board the next day, and for some reason it was just an error. Like, I don't know what happened. I guess I slipped through the cracks. They just forgot to assign me my license. So they fixed that, no problem. That was easy. A lot easier than I thought it would be, honestly. And then I was given my temporary license. So then that was like fiasco number 2. in this whole process. So then fast forward, I studied and now it's test day. So honestly guys, I did not vlog that morning of test day, which y'all just saw is all I have from those days, from that day, because I was so, honestly, I was nervous. Like I was trying to keep myself calm and in the zone and like, you know, just do what I do. Y'all know like from previous videos, if you've been watching me for a while, like I'm pretty good with test anxiety. Like I think I manage it very well. Like I have a solid meditation, sage in the bathroom routine. Like I'm pretty solid with test anxiety. But I was having a very hard time keeping it under control the day of the NCLEX, which I guess is normal, right? Like it's the NCLEX. If I don't pass, and I don't get my license. And so like, it's a big deal. But I was still okay at this point, you know? That's why I just didn't vlog. I wanted to keep that. I didn't want to talk about it. I just wanted to keep that zone. So then I go in and I am assigned to computer number 4. And I say this like it's important, but it's really not that important. It's just that one of my friends was telling me that she was on computer number 4 and she just felt like computer number 4 had some bad vibes. And me, being me and nervous on test day, when I saw I had computer number 4, I was just kind of like, oh no. So that added to my little, but I'm like, all right, whatever, let's just get into the zone. So I'm taking the test, y'all, and so I start taking the test. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to drink some wine for this next part. So I started taking the test, and the questions are hard, y'all. Like, I used UWorld to study. I'll make a whole separate video about like how I used UWorld specifically and how I feel like it compared with the NCLEX. But like for this video, it was hard, okay? Like I was predicted to with a very high chance of passing when I was doing UWorld. And so I thought everything was gonna be fine. Like I know this, like I know this stuff. UWorld says I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. Like it can't be that bad. So I go in to take the test, and these questions are so hard, y'all. Like I don't even know how to explain it. I'm gonna try to figure it out for like the next video, but it was a different kind of hard than UWorld. So I was just like thrown off for a second, but I keep going anyway. I try to keep my focus going. I'm telling myself like, you know, Jalen, you're a good test taker. You got this. Like you studied, UWorld said you're gonna be fine. Like you got this. So I'm in a zone. The questions are slightly getting harder and harder. So you guys know like that's a good sign. So I'm telling myself that everything is great. And then question 44, y'all, 44, and my computer freezes. So now I'm like, cool, I'm on computer 4. We all know that computer's haunted. Now I freeze on question 44. Like, what is going on, God? Is this a sign? Like, what is going on? So I'm like, I raise my hand, the instructor comes over, I'm like, hey, I'm frozen. She couldn't get it to work, so I had to switch computers to computer number 12. So I'm like, okay, 12, that's some good energy. You know, that's a bigger number. We up now. We were in the trenches. It was darker in corner 4. It was a little brighter in corner 12. So I was feeling good again. I was back in the game. I was ready to go. And then I hit 75. So I'm like, okay, this is it, y'all. Like, I want to pass in 75 questions. You know, like it really doesn't matter if you pass in 75 questions or not. But, you know, all the YouTube videos are like, how to pass the NCLEX in 75 questions. I'm like, I wanted one of those. Like, why not? And then all my friends were saying that they passed in 75 questions. So I wanted to pass in 75 questions. Like, I'm just being honest. So I hit the little next button and it went to 76. And I was like, oh, shit. So I was still okay, though, because, like, you know, it doesn't matter. So I kept going and I kept going. And I got nervous after this point. So at this point, I'm getting nervous. I'm like, okay, I passed 75. I'm nowhere near the max, but like, I don't want to go this far. Like, I'm getting more and more nervous. Like, when is it gonna stop? So I decided to take a bathroom break. And then when I'm trying to come back in, you guys know, like, you have to go through this extensive like process to check back in, like some special security stuff. My handprint didn't scan, so I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna think that I replaced myself with my twin. Like, I don't understand. I don't have a twin, but I'm like, okay, so I'm already like, this is already high stakes. The last thing I need is that my hand's not scanning. So I scan it again, don't work. Scan it again, it works. So then I go in, I keep going with my questions, and it finally shuts off, and I'm just stunned. So I could not talk to you guys after the NCLEX because I was just stunned. Like I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what happened to me. Like I was like, shoot, I was 100% positive that I failed. So I come home and I get ready for work, as you saw. So because I took my test on Friday, I knew that, and I know it's like 48 business hours before you can get your results. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to wait at least 2 days to get my results. And it's a Friday, so I probably will not get them until like, that probably will be Monday and Tuesday. So I might not get them until Wednesday. So I'm like, oh my God, that is way too many days. That's way too long. So I tried to do the Pearson VUE trick. And y'all, if you don't know the trick, real quick, if you try to re-register for another NCLEX exam a couple minutes after you take your exam, so after you get like the confirmation that you took your exam, if you try to re-register for one, it will either give you a good pop-up or a bad pop-up. So like the good pop-up happens and it means you probably passed and congratulations. No one told me that they had a medium pop-up, like a try again later type of pop-up. So when I tried the trick, it said that my results are on hold. So I'm like, oh my God, like, what does that mean? Does that mean that I failed? Like, first of all, I didn't really know what the bad pop-up was because I didn't know exactly what it said. So I just knew there was a good and a bad. So I was like, oh my God, this must be the bad one. Like, I failed. So I started Googling, and it turns out that a lot of the times that can happen when it's on Fridays, or if there's like a technical difficulty and it looks kind of sketch on their end, and have to look into it. So I assumed probably it's because I had my computer shut off and then my handprint didn't work. That looks kind of sketchy to me. So I guess I got flagged and they had to put my results on hold. So the trick did not work for me, and I kept trying it for like the rest of the day, the rest of the weekend. It did not work for me. So I'm like, oh my God, like I am really gonna have to wait until Wednesday to know if I pass. And I already feel like I failed. So the more and more it's on hold, the more and more I'm like sinking into this feeling that I failed. At this point, I'm just clinging to my faith. Like I don't know what else to do. All I can do is just leave it to God. So I'm just praying. I'm just praying and crying, y'all. Just praying and crying because I'm panicking. So then Monday night comes. Was it Monday night? Yeah, it was Monday night because I had work Tuesday night. So Monday night comes. I'm like, all right, at this point, tomorrow's gonna make 48 hours. I'm gonna pay for the quick results. That's another thing that no one told me you had to do. See, I learned a bunch of stuff in this process, so I hope that this video is like giving y'all all these things that I didn't know, or maybe y'all all knew them and no one told me. I don't know. You have to buy the 48-hour results. Like, I don't know why I didn't know that, but your regular results don't come in for like 6 weeks or something like that, unless like you go through your state board. But like to get the quick results from Pearson, the 2-day ones, you have to pay like $8 for them. I found that out like at work over the weekend, so I decided on Monday I would pay for them. Sorry, y'all, the one. So I paid for them Monday night, and I'm like, all right. So I buy them the computer flashes, and then I see my results, and I passed, y'all. I passed my NCLEX. Your girl is a registered nurse. Hello, Jalen and BSNRN. I'm so, y'all, like, it was such a struggle, like, to get here. Like, nursing school and stuff is hard, but I don't know why my whole, like, registration process was such a shit show. But I don't care. Like, I passed and I am here. I can keep my job. I am having a great time and life is good. Like, I can't even describe how it feels. Honestly, guys, I wanted to do this live. Like, I wanted to open my results up live with you guys, but I didn't know I was about to see them. Like, I really thought I was buying them to get them on Tuesday. So God knows how long they were sitting in there. I could have been torturing myself, but I literally bought them, refreshed, and the thing said passed. I refreshed it again, y'all. I didn't believe it. I refreshed it again, and it said pass again. And then I was like, I don't know. I was freaking out. But once I confirmed that it was my results and that I passed, I cried. I burst into tears. Like, that's the first thing I did, just burst into tears, because y'all, it's been a long time. It's been a journey, okay? Y'all know I have been in school my entire life. Like, I finished undergrad in 2018. During my year off, I took classes to get into nursing school because, you know, different schools require different things. So I like took different prerequisites that I didn't have. And then I went straight into nursing school, into the accelerated program, and I've just been going. Like, I have just been in school going for years now, y'all. And like, I'm really getting emotional, and I really did not want to cry in this video, but it's been a hard journey. And to see, and then like with that whole fiasco at the end with my license, and just to see the past for me, it just meant so much. And I was just so happy. So I cried. And now I'm here. So the past couple of weeks I've been working at my new job. I think I've had about 5 shifts so far. It's been great. Let me talk about these IV sticks, y'all. Your girl is still slaying these IV sticks. I'm really proud of that. Like, I thought that was gonna be really hard for me, but I'm slaying on them. And the little straight sticks too. So that's been going well. I'm learning so much. I'm starting to chart a little more. So it's going. I have a lot to learn, but it's going. Officially a part of the nurse gang, okay. So yeah, like I said, I have work tomorrow night, so I am gonna probably vlog that too. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that it's on my phone. I did not plan on leaving my camera, but I did, so we had to just do what we had to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.